Bamboo shoots, or măng, has been a staple ingredient in Vietnamese cuisine due to their abundance in the country's forests. If you've never had bamboo shoots before, they're known for its unique texture and flavor. Thit Kho Mang is one variation of the dozens of different braised pork dishes found throughout Vietnam. While its exact origins isn't clearly documented, it's likely that this regional variation comes from the desire to incorporate local and accessible ingredients into a meal that could be prepared in large batches and eaten for days. And it's actually even tastier days after it was initially made, as those flavors continue to develop. Thit Kho Mang was a dish that my mom made often growing up, and each bite of tender pork and flavorful bamboo shoot really takes me back to my childhood. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. The first thing we'll do is get all of our prep work out the way. So first, I have a small shallot that I'll finely mince. Then I have some Thai chilies that I'll finely slice. Half of the Thai chilies will be used to braise with everything, and we'll reserve some of it to use as a garnish. Then I also have some green onions that I'll chop up, which will also be used as a garnish. Now, I'm using canned bamboo shoots today, but alternatively, you can also use fresh bamboo or dried bamboo shoots. For these canned ones, I'm just gonna drain the liquid that it comes packed in. And if you've never worked with bamboo shoots before, just know that it does have a very strong odor. So I am going to be rinsing the shoots off with some water before cutting them. Now for these canned bamboo shoot tips, I'm just going to cut them diagonally to give it a more interesting shape. But you can also cut them into small inch-sized pieces if you prefer. Once we have all the herb and veggie prep work done, let's move on to our pork belly. Now I have about 2 pounds of skin on pork belly, and the first thing we'll do is parboil it for about 5 minutes, as this will help reduce some of its porky odor and remove some of the impurities. We'll drain and rinse our pork belly with cold tap water. And if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Vietnamese and Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. And then we'll just cut these into bite-sized pieces about 1 inch thick. We'll put that to the side and let's start cooking. Now with any Kho or Vietnamese braised dishes, it always starts with a Nuoc, which is essentially just the caramel sauce. So to a pot on medium-low, I'm gonna add in about half a cup of sugar. I'm going to occasionally stir the sugar until it starts to melt, and then after 5 to 7 minutes, it'll turn a dark amber color. Make sure you take your time on this step though, as a burnt caramel will be very acrid and will completely ruin this dish. Now if you want, you can also add in a little bit of water or oil to loosen up your sauce, but I do find that it's much easier to achieve this dark amber color by heating up the sugar on its own. Once the Nuoc looks like this, go ahead and add in your sliced pork belly. We're gonna brown this off for about 3 minutes, and don't worry if your sugar starts to clump up here a little bit, as it'll continue to melt as we cook. Now once our pork belly has browned, we'll add in our minced shallots and saute that for just a couple minutes or until fragrant. And then I have a whole can of Coco Rico that I'll add to the pot. This will give a subtle coconut essence, but will also help tenderize the pork. If you can't find Coco Rico, you can definitely sub that out with coconut water tap water, club soda, or even Sprite. But if you do use the latter, just make sure that you reduce the amount of sugar you use. Then we'll season this with about a quarter cup of fish sauce. Now, you want your pork to be mostly covered, so if you do need a little bit more liquid, just add some water. To that, I'll add in a pinch of black pepper. We'll bring this up to a boil, reduce the heat to low, and let this simmer covered for about 45 to 60 minutes, or until the pork belly is almost fork tender. And this time will vary just a little bit depending on how thick you cut your pork. After the pork has been simmering for a while, we'll add in our bamboo shoots. Half of our Thai chilies. We'll get that well mixed. And then we'll let this continue to simmer covered for another 10 to 20 minutes. Now, once this is done cooking, it should look something like this. And I'm gonna continue to let this cook on low, uncovered for just a few more minutes to let that sauce reduce. And you can also make any other final adjustments to seasonings here as well. And then it's time to plate. I'm serving this over a bowl of white rice. We'll get a generous amount of our pork belly and bamboo shoots into the bowl. Spoon over some of that braising sauce. And we'll garnish that with our green onions and some Thai chili to burn your booty hole. Make this a complete meal by serving it with some sliced cucumbers, blanched or pickled veggies, and a side of soup. And just like that, you've made Thit Kho Mang at home. As always, the principal recipe is on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comment section what your favorite braised dish is. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.